Hello, everyone. Give you guys time to come in. Hopefully, I came in early enough today. I know it's only a whole 30 minutes early, but hopefully, I came in where some of you guys can catch me. It's not too late. Welcome to you all. Welcome to you all. Let me know who you are and where you at. Let me know where you coming in from. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Get these cameras closer together. Hello, everybody. Whoever is on, let me know who you are and where you're coming in from. Hola, zum Deutschland. Hello, to Holland. Hello. Hi there, Australia. Helly. Okay, Helly. Well, hey there, Miss Lena. TMG, hey. Hey, you guys. Hey, Miss Joyce. So I was going through, hey there, Jenny, how are you? So glad you guys were up to catch me. I would have been on a little more earlier than this, but my phone was dead. So it took me a while to charge my telephone. I would have been on maybe about an hour or two ago, but I was charging my telephone. So let me go through. Okay, so Australia, it's heli. And then bonjour to Ottawa, oi to Brazil, hola to Mexico, hallo to Holland, goddag to Denmark, guten Abend zum Deutschland. Let me see who else. Annyeonghaseyo to Korea. Blessings to you, Miss Joyce Jackson. Who else do we have on here over here on YouTube? Who we got over here on Facebook? You guys just say hello. Let me know that you're there. Let me know where you're from. If you're from another country, let me know your greetings so I can give you your greetings. So if I missed anybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so just to let you guys know, the technical difficulties have been resolved. But in the past, we've known for YouTube to go out somehow or another where the screen became black. And when the screen got black, you guys heard my voice and I could read your messages. You couldn't see my face. So if that happens tonight on YouTube, just go over to Facebook. On Facebook is Psychological Health Consultants and Services. And if it freezes on Facebook, you guys on Facebook come over to YouTube to Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. You guys, okay, I missed something. Okay, I've been watching your videos all the time. Absolutely helpful in my recovery process. I am so happy, Miss Jenny. AKA, oh, Miss Lot. Oh, you changed your name. Miss Lottie, you changed your name. Okay, Miss Lovely. How are you? How are you guys doing this evening? So tell me, you guys, before we get started, you know, I may start the topic, but you guys will take over and come up with your own questions. So even though I put a topic, you guys saw the topic, hello. So even though I put a topic on there, I know you guys are gonna ask whatever you wanna ask, and I'm open for that. That's what I have the questions and answers to, okay? And I meant to put live on there. I'll go back and edit it later and put live on there. But tell me, you guys, have yourself the way it doesn't make any sense if I just do all clinical and then you don't understand what I'm saying from a clinical point of view. So I try to take it. You guys been getting something out of it? You guys, you know, learning something about yourselves? Come on and talk to me. Who else is over here on Facebook? So Miss Joyce Jackson is on here. And who's over here on YouTube? I know I had a few people say, you guys want me to just start talking? I can just start talking. So I was waiting for some more people to come in. But if you want me to, I will start talking. Hey, Ms. Andrea, how are you doing, ma'am? Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I know it's late. You got to go to work tomorrow. There we go. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the last comment to reduce triggers. Looking forward to Sunday with you. Oh, thank you. Miss TMG, you said that you are, hey, Miss Yolanda? That's my Yolanda. How are you, Miss Yolanda DC Jones? The self-soothe. You gotta go find something to do, TMG. What do you do? I mean, if you don't mind, to the narcissist, you know, So that you had a life prior to the narcissist dreamt of doing, because a lot of the things that you wanted to do or you were trying to do was kind of it was stopped or slowed down or sabotaged. Let's see. I use peppermint candy when I feel like I'm gonna cry or have flashbacks that won't stop. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you have a counselor, Miss TMG? So pepper, I want you guys to know that I am getting all your emails. I do read your comments as much as I can. Loads and how many emails I get, I'm not able to respond as quickly as I once was, especially on YouTube comments, on emails. I try to go, and so I can't get to you guys as quick as I used to get to you guys, but I do tell you that I do read the comments. I do read the emails as they come in, okay? So I don't want you guys to think that I don't see what you're saying. And sometimes I also make videos to, you know, based on what you guys are telling me. I make videos based on where you're hurting. A lot of times when you're dealing with post-traumatic stress or complex post-traumatic stress, it's better to get into counseling to help or to get someone to help you through that process. Hey, Miss Robbie, I'm so glad you're on tonight. But I do recommend now, when I first started as a clinician, before I worked at a mental health care that worked collaboratively with a community health care. How are you, Ms. Robbie? But before I started working with it was a community health care, and I worked with a psychiatrist. And you know, psychiatrists are medical doctors. Hey, Miss Karen, how are you? Welcome here tonight. But psychiatrists are medical doctors, and they also, it's your connection? I think it's my connection too. I got something going on with my connection. Hold on, you guys. My Facebook just went out. I don't know why. So I'm gonna go back and record. Okay, give me just a second. Let me get my Facebook back up. Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna. Your signal is bad. You guys are always welcome to come to Facebook, but Facebook just cut off. I don't know why it cut off. I'll talk and type at the same time, okay? So I'm gonna look up, but I'm gonna talk and type at the same time. It says I'm still alive, but I'm not. But as I was saying, before I started working in the community health, and I worked with a psychiatrist who's actually a medical professional, I did not believe in medication. I did not believe in medication because I had never had bad cases. When I say bad cases, I mean cases that were really that really needed medication. And so I didn't believe in medication at one point in time. When I started working in the community health care, I worked with a psychiatrist, and she taught me about medication. She wasn't the type that tried to over-medicate people. And so I was able to see how much it helped people, especially a lot of times people that were bipolar. I'm sorry, you guys over here, my Facebook just shut down. I don't know what happened. It just turned off. But she wouldn't prescribe, like over-prescribe or over-medicate people. She used to do basic medication to help. And so I will watch people come in with severe cases of like hallucinations, psychotic episodes, bipolar episodes, schizoaffective, and I will watch them. I'm sorry about that, you guys. It just shut off. I don't know what happened. And so I had to pull it back up. It was on my iPad. But I will watch when she did the medication. I will watch and see how these people responded. And so I'm saying that because Ms. TMG, now, you know, even though I don't believe in over-medicating, because sometimes people just prefer to medicate and not get counseling, I believe that if you get medication, you should also simultaneously get mental health counseling, some type of counseling. It's not good just to have medication and no counseling to go along with it. But because of the fact that you're coming out of a situation that caused you post-traumatic stress or complex post-traumatic stress, I highly recommend going to speak to a professional counselor and maybe even considering taking some you know, some antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication. They do have SSRIs, SSNRIs, you know, these medications treat both anxiety and depression at the same time. I do highly recommend that you guys, benzodiazepine, a lot of times, you know, I know a lot of people would like to have them. That's like the clonazepam and the Xanax. I highly recommend, because you're dealing with something that's on a chronic situation, that you don't take benzodiazepines. Those are usually used for like short panic attacks, you know, but it's not good to use them long term. I'm having a lot of clients that come in now that are addicted to benzodiazepine, and they're having very, very bad side effects. Something's going on with my Facebook again. It shut off. But they're having really bad, are addicted to it, but they're really having a hard time coming off of the bills. And so I really highly recommend, you know, okay, I'm gonna let them know that if it cuts off again, to come over to YouTube. iPad might be full, who knows? I put too many apps on here. Hopefully I'll let them know to come over to YouTube. But TMG, that's something to consider, going to a mental health professional, but also, alrighty, but also medical on. I think there's a lot of people online right now, so I think that's probably why mine shuts off over here. So I think you guys are slow to comment. If you guys want me to come back in a few minutes, I can, but if not, I'll keep on talking, okay? Let me let them know. Let me let them know. Let me see here. You guys give me a minute. Let me just type on here, okay? Technical difficulties. Come to YouTube. You guys still with me up there on YouTube? I think as we get further into, I think as it gets a little later, the connection will get a little better, because I think everybody's at home right now, so everybody's pulling on the internet. You guys give me just a minute. Let me get my Facebook people back on, okay? And leave them a message. I'm coming up to look at the comments. Give me 1 minute, okay? I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Okay, I'm going to do the video live one more time, and I'm just going to let them tell them to come over to YouTube, okay, since I'm having some problems. Hey, all of you guys over there on Facebook, I don't know, I think there's some technical difficulties again. Now, this time we got one camera on. I think it's the connection. I think everybody is on tonight. So just in case, again, if you guys go back and replay, I think YouTube, even though some of the people on YouTube is a little slower to YouTube, is Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. So if Facebook, it just keeps shutting down for some reason. So if it shuts down again, I just ask it, come over to YouTube. You guys come talk to me over here on YouTube. I think everybody's just on tonight. So, okay. So Miss Jenny, you're in Australia? Okay. Bad connection. Okay. Is there any, so Shanti says, is there any recommendation or methods to get off of benzodiazepine when you put your trust into the doctors and they had due on them for too long? They almost give me anxiety. Yeah. And now, but if I don't take it, my body feels, even though I have healed so much and have very low hypervigilance and anxiety, please and thank you. Oh, Miss Shanti, you know what? It's funny that you happen to say that. I've been having a lot of clientele, a lot of clients that have been coming that have been taking benzos. Now, I am not a medical professional. I am a mental health professional, and I'm not allowed by law. Okay, here we go. Now we're back. But as I was saying, I've been watching. Benzodiazepines are not meant to be taken for years. They're usually for short term, like panic attacks. Like if you have stage fright, if you are afraid to benzodiazepine, they find out sleep, their anxiety actually increases. Some people say that their anxiety got worse. Then when they get off, you know, when they start tightening dosage, you'll begin to have literally withdrawal. See, is go talk to your med provider, let them know that just like that, I'm having withdrawal symptoms from the benzodiazepine, and my anxiety has increased on this medication. I'm having some connection issues. You guys, we're having some connection problems over here too. I think everybody's just on the internet, but at least we have, so that's good. Okay, let me scroll down. Okay. Miss Mary said, what about when you have ideas of organizing a hitman? Just joking. I would never go to jail. Girl, don't go to jail for nobody. It's not even worth your time. You're too powerful for that. Don't let anybody bring you down where you start thinking about killing them. What are you going to sit in prison for and they're still living their life? They're that life. So TMG said, wait a minute, I believe I recall seeing this on our medicine cabinet for my ex. Ah, benzos. But people get high off of benzos. And some people, believe it or not, there are some people that are addicted to methamphetamines. And one of the medications that they use to help when they can't find meth is benzodiazepine to help them with their withdrawals, so they won't withdraw real bad. So a lot of them start seeking benzos to help with meth withdrawals and other withdrawals as well. So Ms. Lucretia says, Shanti, yes, there's a safe way to get yourself off them. The most important thing is remember that is when you wean off them slowly, or they will increase your anxiety. Yeah, exactly. They will increase your anxiety. Yeah, because you're going through withdrawals. Hey, Mr. Gregory Hill, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Just letting you guys know there's been some connection issues. I know hopefully on Facebook you guys came over to YouTube because it just kept shutting down for some reason. But every now and then the YouTube just stops and tries to reconnect. So you guys may see like a pause. When you guys are over, you see a pause, and it may be on my end. I don't know if it's just a lot of people on the internet tonight. So let's see. I don't know if this is Sir Taylor or Senior Taylor. Let's see. My narc is back saying, I'm the love of her life. Admit being a narc, but won't talk about it in person. Met up, she act like nothing was off, that she hadn't snatched my soul for 2 years before I gray. You know what? Gray rocked her. Now she smears, smears. Okay, but won't ask to come back. Is she waiting on me to ask? Because I'm not. It seems like she's just checking in for supply. Let me tell you something. Narcissists always come back to check to see where you are. Arrogant, and they're so self-centered that they assume that you won't function or you won't live your life unless they're in it. So they come back to hoover just to check and see, have you completely fallen apart, or is there still an open door for me? And so a lot of times they come back to see where you are. But she's really telling you that she's just coming to see where you are. She's hoping that you fell apart, and there's no possible, the most painful thing to them is to see you progress. There's no possible way you should be doing better without me, and that you can, so they'll come and hoover you. If I were you, Sir Taylor, I would definitely, hopefully I said that right, Sir Taylor. If I were you, I would just go no contact, no talking to her, anything. You have to learn to heal, because she'll keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's what they do. They're creatures of habit. TMG said it may have been in my mama's name. They shared meds, including he shared meds with his dad. That's a shame. Actually, sharing meds is illegal, I think. Yeah. Lucretia, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. They often act like it's your fault or nothing happened at all. She may just be seeing where you are with the city. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Ms. Shanti said, thank you. I guess I was wondering, is there a method that can help wean off? I was also prescribed them to help my chronic pain and anxiety as I have an autoimmune disease. Oh, okay. And I would tend to, okay. I have tried to explain it to them, and I have yet to find a doctor, well, a new one that doesn't put me down that another doctor had me on too long. Thank you. You know what? You can find a psychiatrist. You can find a psych nurse that is a psych nurse, which is a med provider, a psych nurse that prescribes med. Hey, Nick, how are you doing, sir? There's been some problems on Facebook, just to let you know. For some reason, Facebook would just shut off and shut down. So I said that this time, if it actually shuts off, come over to my YouTube channel, okay? It's Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. So for some reason, it just cut off. So if it cuts off again, I won't turn it back on and come over to YouTube, okay? But find you a med prescriber. It can be a ARNP. It can be a psychiatrist. And let me explain to you guys the difference between these the med providers. You have family doctors. Family doctors are well versed in like family medicines. A lot of those that deal with narcotics, pain, and you stalk to see whether they're miserable or not. Makes you miserable to see that they're playing. But that's the whole game. That is the feel that they get. That is the energy that they feel from you. They know you well enough. Your best bet, Get into counseling, and you have to learn to get beyond where you are. See, no contact is not just not talking to them and not going to their site. No contact means to literally get over them so that you don't have any feelings. And that takes a while. Once you cut your feel, once you learn to heal, and those, you know that the feelings are not there and you could care less, like you literally care less, and it's an honest feeling, then you know you've no contacted, and you know contacted for real. So that involves everything, not just social media, not just phone calls and emails. That means you yourself are learning to no contact. That means I'm going to heal so that I will no longer respond to you. But as long as you still respond to them, you'll still be miserable. You'll still be hurt. Hey, Mr. Naylor, how are you, sir? And then Jenny said, they always pretend nothing happened because they cannot deal with and do not have the ability to deal with emotional issues. She's seeing you to extract supply. Exactly. Supply must be a... Oh, Mr. Gregory, so I take it that you used to watch Dave Chappelle, huh? Miss Lottie caught mine watching me the other night. Block him. So, Mr. Taylor, it's Sean. Okay, thanks you, I will. MT blasted him up and he called the police. What? You mean blasted him up how? Okay, wait a minute. What happened? We'll get a break for a minute. Blasted him up and he called the police. He called the police on you? How did you blast him up? What did you do? Healing is key, folks. Self-belief. Yeah, yep. Can they sabotage your career? Are they those kind of monsters? Yeah, of course. Anything that you could think of, they'll do. Hey there. Okay, so I'm going to pronounce your name, okay? Narayani. And you, okay, you taught me, you sent me the word. So is it, hold on, is you got, send me the word again, Miss Narayami. Hey, welcome back, Miss Yolanda. Miss Narayami, send me the Indian word for hello again. I can't open up I don't have anything to open up my email to look at the words. Send me your greeting again. And welcome, beautiful lady. You're a pretty lady. Miss Jenny, I watched a lot of narcissistic abuse and healing from narcissist abuse videos in my recovery process. Tremendous help to me. And now, is this a lot of videos that you were watching on YouTube? A lot of videos that hopefully you have. I really hope you have. And I'm glad that you're healing. Mr. Neal said, I'm great. Thank you. Glad to see you're well. Thank you. Can you talk a little bit about, you said K, and then extracted your message. All righty. He was by my home. Oh, you called the police on him. Excellent. Mr. Neal, you said Jade. You want me to talk about Jade? What is that? Oh, okay. Let me know if I say it right, Miss Narayami. Not Narayani. There we go. Narayani. So is Namaste? Namaste or Namaste? Is it a long E? Namaste. Namaste. How pretty. I ran him away from my home. Oh, good. Gave him fuel for Smil campaign. You call the police? Namaste is the Indian word for hello. Okay, so is Namaste with a long E? Namaste or Namast? Namaste or Namast? Oh, he called it on you. How did he call the police on you and he was at your house? That's a shame. Okay, so the title of you guys let me know what you want to talk about, okay? I just put the title on there, the shame, the humiliation, and the embarrassment. A lot of you guys have been, namaste. Okay, namaste. Well, go ahead, TMG. Namaste. That is so pretty. DRTY. What is that? Namaste. Okay. Justify, attack, defend, explain. Where they reverse the argument and have you apologizing for their abuse. Namaste is how. Okay, namaste. Okay, now let me ask you, in India, do they bow? I know in Korea they bow. Do they bow in India? Namaste. That is pretty. Okay, justify. Okay, my narc is next door neighbor. No contact is super hard. He's blocked from social media and phone, etc. But he always is around. Come up to the gate other day when I was outside. Oh yeah, that's not easy. What do you do, Miss Narayani? What do you do to try to avoid talking to him or anything? He does that on purpose just to, he does that on purpose to invoke anxiety. You know that, right? To, oh, dirty. Oh, yeah, yeah, they are dirty. You know, as soon as you said dirty, I was thinking of rice. So, Mr. Naylor, you said justify, attack, defend, explain, where they reverse the argument and have you apologize. Well, that's a part of the crazy making. So as soon as you point out something to them where they have to be accountable, or you point out something to them where they are wrong, they never want to be wrong. They're going to reverse the conversation and they're going to project on you. And of course, crazy making, you can't really talk to them because yeah, they're always gonna explain themselves. They're gonna explain why you're wrong. They'll use, where were you at last night? What do you mean, where was I at? Where were you at? I was trying to call you. Remember, that was an example that I made. Hi, Tim Washington. How are you? How are you? Are you okay? Hello, how are you? I have been watching your videos and you have brought out a lot of insight to the situation I'm going through right now. Well, I am so thankful that you guys are getting something out of it. I really am. I'm thankful. You guys make me do the videos like I do the videos. Get a restraining order or no contact order, Nick, because he's her next door neighbor. So she says when she's outside, he's over by the gate. So he makes sure that he shows up in her area so that she can see him. And he's the next door neighbor. So she has no choice. She has no choice but to see him. So he does things on purpose to torment her. Mary said, can I ask a question? When he smeared me, his sister blocked me. Now 2 months later, she has unblocked me. Does this mean anything? I don't talk to her. What do you think happened? Somebody spying on you. That's all it means. She either unblocked you because he probably asked what you were doing and he wanted to see your site, or she just wanted to see. Remember, you got flying monkeys too, so she might try to see what you're doing. She's trying to be nosy herself. So she might just be trying to be nosy. So let me ask you guys a question. I'm going to ask you guys a question now. So there's a question to you. All the people that are on here tonight, let me ask you a question. I did a video on Friday, and the video was on the torment that they use, psychological torment, and the tools in the narcissist toolbox. Doing that, I know that many people are triggered from that, because some of those things that I was talking about and how cruel they are makes you have to look at your situation. And sometimes, and my mentor just said it today, when you're going through what you're going through, sometimes you don't realize just how bad it really is until you're away from it. You get away from it. Once you get away from the situation and you look back at what you went through, especially making a video like that, and you look back at the situation, did any of you guys identify with a lot of things that they were doing and the methodology that they were using? And were any of you guys triggered? I want to know, were any of you guys triggered? Yes, ma'am. That is true. Let's see. I walked away the other day. I keep walking away, but we have common friends, and he's been talking about how I am psychologically deficit. I ignored, but it hurt. Yeah, he's smear campaigning. Hey, love and happiness, how are you? Of course it's gonna hurt. They're smear campaigning you. And when they're smear campaigning, the whole purpose of it is, first of all, to make themselves look good, because there's a possibility you may say something to them or say something about them, and then they're going to be exposed. And so, yeah, it hurts, when they smear campaign. Let's see, February 1st is approaching soon, and love bombing has been next level. Gifts, breakfast in bed, slipping money in my purse. If I didn't know better, I would say he's changed. He hasn't changed. You guys still live in a house together. Love and happiness, aren't you the one that's getting ready to... Yeah, that's right. You're the one that's getting ready to move out. Yeah, he's love bombing you because of the fact that he know you finna go. So he's trying to get you to change your mind in hopes that it happened. But you stick to your plan. Stick to your plan, because that is just a Hoover love bombing tactic to keep you there. But if you stay... It keeps getting you, it's almost like they lose more and more respect, so it's going to be worse next time. He'll sabotage you. But you stick to the plan and you move out. You move out just like you planned. Miss Lottie, he was hoovering me. I even know the new supply that he has been after for over a year. Poor girl, he came pretending to want to work at my home at night. Yeah, right, he wanted sex. You know what? Can you honestly tell us survivors that after this experience, it has made us stronger individuals? Can I honestly tell you that, Mary Chick? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you this. I know that you're hurting a whole lot. I know that by the questions that you ask. And so I know that your discard, correct me if I'm wrong, your discard is very fresh. So your discard happened not too long before you got on my channel. So I can tell by the questions that you asked that you are truly hurting really bad. Can I honestly tell you, let me go back and look, can I honestly tell you survivors that after this experience, it has made us stronger? Okay, you have to remember you're talking to a survivor. You're talking to a survivor that I can honestly, if I put all the years together of the experience that I had dealing with narcissists, almost 50 years. In a personal, intimate relationship, over 22 years. And so for me to tell you as a survivor, honestly, that you can get over this, I can tell you that honestly, because I did. Okay? Because I did. So yes, I can honestly tell you survivors from have more time with me. You know, I have to, you know, I'm obligated. If you're paying for services with me, I invest more time with you. You actually get to talk to me for a whole hour. I get to FaceTime you. I personally put a plan together with you to get you beyond where you are. I can't provide you with counseling because of the fact that I'm licensed in the state of Washington. So my license is limited to here in the state of Washington. But those clients that I have, those that come to my office, those clients that I work with over the phone, they have first priority because they are investing in services. And so I can't provide you with what you need when you're YouTubing with me. So a lot of things that I do is social media, and I do the best I can to educate you and to provide you because, you know, I do have a fee. I do charge a fee. And so some people cannot afford to pay for counseling or pay for coaching. So I do the best that I can to create these videos for you. But my recommendation to you, Mary Chick, is to you, if it cut off again, just come over. I was telling Nick, just come over to YouTube. So I don't know what happened. It just cut off. I don't know if I have too many programs on my iPad. Sorry, you guys, it was resetting itself. But if it shuts off, just come over to YouTube because I don't know what happened to Facebook. It just cut off while I was talking. Let me go back and look at the comments. Let's see. Love and have I am strong. That's right, you strong. And TMG, your video on Friday made me reflect on things. I was triggered a little bit. Then I started having dreams of him shooting at me or showing up randomly. Well, you probably have PTSD. That right there is signs of PTSD. Nightmares, anxiety, hypervigilance, flashbacks. So it sounds like you're probably, you know, another thing too, TMG, doctors can prescribe nightmare medicine. There's one medication that they usually prescribe, and sorry about that. So just in case it shuts off again, come over to YouTube. But they do prescribe medication for nightmares, you know, while you're going through this process. But counseling is the key. Now, Rayani said they don't change. No, they don't. Watching these videos have been so helpful. Keeps me steady, but they don't change. It's the struggle in understanding that the person wasn't who or she pretended to be. That's right. I'd like to say something to Mary Chick if I'm, oh, please help yourself. You guys that are on here, don't limit it to just me talking. This is a support group too. Basically, if you think about it, this is our little tribe. And each one of you have something valuable to say. Just like I always say with the men on here that come on here, I'm really honored because I speak to you guys from a clinical perspective, a personal experience perspective, and as a woman, I can tell you a lot of the experiences that men have shared with me, but only a man can tell you what they felt like when they went through abuse with a narcissist. And so the gentlemen that are on here that are so gracious to share their stories, but if you notice, they're connecting with you guys because their stories are just like your stories. So they're telling the same thing you're telling. They're just telling you from a male's point of view. But I want you guys to talk to each other. You guys encourage each other on here. Even though I'm talking, that doesn't mean it. That's not rude. You guys talk to each other, you know, and encourage each other. And if you have something to say, you say it. You encourage each other. I'm not the only one here. Just as long as you guys don't start advertising or getting people you know, advertising your products and everything, then you go find your own Facebook page or your own YouTube page, okay? But yes, please say something. Ms. Lucretia said, these videos and hearing all of you remind me that I'm not crazy. Absolutely. Keep watching because it will empower you. That's right. You're not crazy. Ms. Nancy said, Mary, yes, absolutely. You'll be stronger and wiser. It was a spiritual awakening for me. Thank you, Ms. Nancy. Ms. Lucretia said, oh, the heavy metal music blasting, the screaming always triggered my anxiety. He did it on purpose, to purposely trigger you. Love and Happiness said, I had a dream my narc. Now, you know what? I had a dream. So I had a dream my narc choked me by the door when I tried to escape. I was triggered for sure. It felt so real because you're probably dealing with PTSD. The video was very insightful. Okay, good, good. Ms. Narayani said, I'd like to say that this is actually a hugely important time for all of us. We get to sometimes with professional help see what we can heal inside of ourselves. That's right. But to know that there are other people like yourself. Because remember, at one point in time, the narcissist had you isolated. And so the narcissist had you isolated to make you think that you were crazy and nobody would believe you. Now you're amongst a community of people that have had similar experiences. So now you realize, oh my gosh, I wasn't the only one. It's like you guys are coming out of caves like I'm not the only one. So Lucretia said, Mary is taking me time as well. But yes, there is a great strength inside of us that these narcissists channel. Yep, you're amazing. There you go. Mary Check, how do we make a narcissist mad without getting hurt? How do we piss them off? You know how you piss them off? You just leave them alone. Because what you're trying to do, Mary, you're trying to get back at a person that is dangerous. And so you know what? You have to make a choice. As long as you're thinking like that, you're not going to heal. You're not ready. So you're not ready to heal yet. You're still trying to think of how to get them back. You're still trying to play with a narcissist and try to get her back is a very dangerous game because these type of people do not rest. You rest and go to sleep at night. They do not. You trigger a narc injury, they'll do anything to sabotage you. They'll even try to kill you. So I'm just letting you know that, Mary. You're not ready yet. You're not ready yet because you're still trying to think about how to get that person back. And as long as you think about trying to get that person back, he's going to hurt you even more, even to a point where they can kill you. Okay, I just want you to know that. You're right, you must leave them alone. Ms. Yolanda over here on Facebook said you need to leave them alone. Ms. Nariani said, I think this has been positive despite my breakdown for me. It's helped me to see the love is inside of us. We will rise. That's right. Ms. Valerie, push your comment. Ms. Nariani said, don't piss them off, Mary. I tried that once. I lashed out. It hurt me to do it. You don't get to do this alone. You're crazy. That's right. As long as you're thinking about trying to get back at them, you're going to fail. I'm telling you that now. You have to walk on. You have to take all hands that reach out to help you. Stand and walk ahead and lead them. You have to make a choice. You know, it's bad enough that you were manipulated in an unrealistic relationship and got caught up in it. And then when you got caught up in the relationship, realized it wasn't real. Then when you came out of it, whether they discarded or you discarded, you left with a lot of emotional and invisible scars and wounds. Do not seek revenge. They have no boundaries, and killing you wouldn't faze them. Mary Chick, I think TMG is another lady that you need to listen to because she said on here that he tried to kill, he did kill her dog. There was a conversation we were having on another video where I said that he was planning on killing her. And so do not play with a narcissist. I'm telling you, do not play with a narcissist. My YouTube channel just went off, so I'm just going to leave the YouTube channel off, okay? So it just shut down again. So hopefully you guys, you come over here on this side. This YouTube channel is my safe place. Sometimes friends and family cannot handle what you bring to them about your situation. They may not be equipped to give the feedback you need. Most people don't understand narcissist abuse at all. So, you know, you have domestic violence that, you know, you're dealing with domestic violence, but this is a very unique domestic violence. This is it's almost insidious. It's very dangerous, this type of domestic violence. And most people don't understand narcissist abuse. They can't believe that someone could be this evil and this cruel. But you have to remember that you're dealing with a person that has a mental health disorder. Now, think about this for a minute. Are you mad at children with autism? Or people with autism? Can you be mad at them? Because we understand that there's a chemical, there's something wrong. There's a chemical misfire. Something is going on with a person that has autism. Are you angry with a person that has spinal bifida, that has Down syndrome, that has cognitive or intellectual delays? Are you mad at them? How can you be mad at them? You have to learn to adjust to them. You know, people that have schizophrenia, once you understand what they're dealing with and what that is, you know, are you angry with them that they're hallucinating? You know, are you angry with them? No, it's a hurtful feeling that one minute they may be in reality and the next minute they may be psychotic or they may be hallucinating. So why you're not angry with them, you're sensitive to them. But with a narcissist, you can't be sensitive to them. And I'm not saying be set and hate them. I mean, well, some of you guys do hate them. They hurt you pretty bad. But what I'm saying is that you're trying to understand a mental health disorder. You go study it. Just like people study schizophrenia, just like people study autism. They went to talk to people about autism. They went and talked about people, you know, with cognitive delays. At one point in time, it used to be called mental retardation, mild, moderate, and severely retarded. Now it's called cognitive or intellectual delays because mental retardation sounds very humiliating. And so, but a narcissist is just like that. Cluster B personality disorders, which falls in the grouping of psychopath and sociopath. Those are two of the ones that are in there. And some narcissists are actually psychopaths and sociopaths, which is now called anti-personality disorder. But these individuals, you know, just like if you notice children or people with Down syndrome, they're very passionate. They're very raw with their emotions. And if you notice, you know, those that get married with Down syndrome, their marriages last for a long time. They're genuine people. They're genuine. Autistic people, they're very talented, and you have to find where their talent is. But they're very focused on what they're focused on. Well, a narcissist is what a narcissist is. They have no empathy. They have no compassion, and they do not have the ability to bond with people. They use people for supply, and they use people for fuel. The only way that they can balance themselves, meaning they can emotionally balance themselves, or they can, you know, they need that emotional fuel to make them feel esteem or make them feel good, is by finding people to get fuel from. All of them are not sexual fuel. You know, some of them are intellectual. Some of them are financial. You know, they find fuel to regulate themselves. We learn to regulate ourselves. If you're not feeling well that day, you go do something. Smell some lavender, or, you know, is it lavender? Smell lavender, or, you know, drink a cup of coffee. You go sit on a balcony. You learn to regulate your emotions. What a narcissist can't do that. They regulate by finding fuel, by supply. Let's see. Okay, I missed a lot of conversation. Let me go back up. Okay. House and tell me how crazy I was and try to argue knowing I needed rest, no loud noise. At times I would go to the park and rest in my car. But that's how they torment. Remember the psychological torment video? That's what they do, the torment. Once they know your weakness or any ailments that you have, that's what they do. It's the trauma bonding. That's what they do to torment you. Hi, Miss Shirley. The diva is in the house. I've been divorced 3 years now, and I still have bad days. See? You know, when you come out of a narcissistic relationship, the healing process is much longer than a normal relationship. When you're dating someone, you're married to someone, you break up, and whatever happened, and eventually we'll forgive and we'll be friends in the end. Well, that doesn't happen with a narcissist. And the healing process is much longer than the average, you know, an abusive relationship or just bad relationship. So the process is much longer. Tim Washington said, are there any counselors in Philadelphia you can recommend? I have been with my kid's mom for 16 years on and off. She's a victim of emotional abuse from a narcissistic mother and sister. That's sad. That is really sad. I actually don't, because I'm in the state of Washington, so I don't know counselors. Where you can go, though, Mr. Tim, go on, there's a site called Psychology Today. And if you look on Psychology Today, you can look up counselors in any state. You can look up counselors in Philadelphia for whatever you're looking for. So go to Psychology Today. You can put in your city and how many mile radius that you want, and it'll show you the counselors within there. You can go to their sites. You can read their biography, so you'll know, you know, they usually have like websites, and you can go in that area. But it's Psychology Today. Go look at Psychology Today. Ms. Narayana said, question. This discard is fresh for me. Is a loss of libido normal? Oh, definitely. You know, when you, I mean, your whole body's going to go through it. Yeah, loss of libido. Think about it. If this is the person that you've been with and you've been intimate with for so many years, when you come out of it, you don't want to have sex with anybody. You know, of course you'll have a loss of libido, depression, anxiety, you know, loss of energy. It's almost like they're out, you have peace in your house, and sometimes even the peace is painful. You don't know what to do with that peace. It's almost scary. People that have lived tormented for a long time don't know what peace feels like. It's almost scary, like it's wrong, like something's wrong with it. So yeah, it's very normal. Yes, ma'am. That's a part of the grief and loss process as well. But it's very normal. What you're going through is very normal. Miss Lucretia said, Mary, I have wanted him back, but now looking back at how much pain he caused, I realized letting him go was the safest and best thing that's right, you can do. That's right. Miss TMG said he tried to kill me, and yes, he killed our dog with his bare hands. And I'm not even the scary type, but I'm smart enough to know that he ain't worth pursuing revenge. I left his butt. Boy, bye. Boy, bye. I had to put the antics with it, okay? Boy, bye. Yeah, I understand about their disorder, but he played the game for 2 years. He knew what he was doing. All narcissists know what they're doing. That's the game. You don't know what they're doing. Ms. Nancy said a lot of people don't understand this kind of abuse. They just write off targets and abusers as bitter partners, bashers. Someone left that remarked as an Amazon review on a book about a narc abuse. Oh, really? Wait a minute. They just write off targets and abusers as bitter partner bashers. Someone left that remark on. Wow. Because they don't understand. We understand. You've been there. So you understand. So there's nothing no one can tell you to tell you any different. I had to respond to this review. What'd you say? And Ms. Lucretia said, moving on and living for the beautiful person that you are is the easiest way to get to them. Yep. We are hurt by being the empathetic people that we are. We don't want to see anyone else hurting. That's right. TMG said, when you love with your heart, it'll take time to heal that love because you love with your heart. It just takes time, and it's going to hurt until it just doesn't. That's right. No contact is the best way. Yes, it is. Y'all, let me go grab my glasses, okay? Let me go get my peepers. Okay, you guys don't mind? I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my glasses, okay? You guys get to see the wonderful empty seat. All right, y'all. We frying with grease. Ha, ha, ha. I can see. Let's look. So let's see. All righty. Okay. So Ms. Nancy said, I explained to her the cruel and unusual nature of the abuse and that men are also abused by women. Yeah, you're right. See, that's why it's so imperative that we get our books out. We got to get these books out because there are some people that are being educated on narcissist abuse for the very first time. They had no, and a lot of them are discovering that they're Quinn Holiday from Associate Direct. He said the exact same thing. Matter of fact, I said it the other day in a video, and I was watching one of his videos. He said the exact same thing. Actually, you guys were asking about karma. What he was saying is that he gave the example where he says, you know, the things that they do. Think about how many people they have hurt, how much carnage is, you know, how many people they have hurt, how many souls they've broken, how many hearts they've broken. You don't think that it's going to come back to haunt them? That's just like he was saying that, I think he said that, think about a person that was in the gang and I think they go to prison or they come back out or they go to prison or something happens, but you don't think, or they decide, oh, that's what it was. Someone's in a gang and decides to get out of the gang. You don't think that they're going to get back at them? You know, all the stuff that they've done to people in the street, you don't think, you know, that they're going to get back. And it made me think for a minute, think about like the mafioso, the mob, you know, the mafia, you know, they can't just leave the mafia. They get killed. Not only that, imagine they're committing crimes, selling drugs, murdering people. They never live at peace. They never ever live at peace. They're always living, looking over their shoulders. They're always worried, is someone gonna kill me and get me back? They're always worrying. So if a narcissist, if they live like this, a narcissist is always paranoid. A narcissist is always paranoid because they assume that you think the way that they think. So they're always trying to get over. They're always lying. They're always cheating on something, whether it's on taxes, on somebody. They're always lying. You know, their life is filled with lies. And so they constantly are paranoid because they assume that everybody thinks and responds and thinks the way that they do. That's why they project on you so much, because they tell you how you're thinking, but it's not how you're thinking, it's how they think. So they live paranoid all the time. They always assume even the horrible things that they have done to people, even when they get with the new supply, they always assume that the new supply is going to do it. They even think that you were going to do the same thing they did to the last person. They live paranoid. They're unhappy people. They show one thing, but they're paranoid, unhappy people. Let's look. Okay. Okay. TMG said, if you're new to this channel, go back and listen to the other videos. It'll help with your healing process. Thank you so much. Jeanette, hey there. How are you? TMG said, whatever you do, try to go 100% no contact or gray rock if you have children. Stay off their social media. That's right. Exactly. Stay off their, stop looking at their social media as fake. They're trying to get, they know that you're looking, so they're great actors. They're great actors. Nariana said, Mary, I was with this man for 4 years. I broke up and went back. I feel like a moron, but honestly, it's slow, painful, and some days I can't breathe. Some days I'm filled with rage. Just hold on. Don't ever feel like a moron. It's different if you knew what you were getting into. Imagine if they just approach you, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm a narcissist. These are all the things that I'm going to do to you. I'm going to trauma bond you. I'm going to love bomb you in the beginning, but then I'm going to start devaluing you. But then I'm going to trauma bond you. So I'm probably going to talk about you and devalue you a lot. I'm going to smear campaign you behind your back. And I'm probably going to be searching for new supply once I get into your bank account. And once I can buy some stuff, or once I can get this, I grow bored very easily. So be prepared. But I'm probably going to shame you as well. I'm going to talk loud. If someone met you like that, then I will call you a moron for getting in the relationship. But that's not how they approach you. So you can't see yourself as being stupid or a moron or feeling guilty about it because you didn't know. They weren't honest with you when they approached you. They weren't honest with you when they introduced themselves to you. They weren't honest with you. And so how could you have known any better? Had you known, you wouldn't have made that mistake. It's been Miss Jeanette said, it's been 4 years since my ex-narc left. I still haven't dated. I don't know why I am stuck. Well, it's a possibility that, you know what, when it's time to date, you'll know. If you haven't healed and you're still afraid, you're still going through the healing process. Take your time. Don't rush it. This is a totally different type of abuse that anyone has ever been used to. So if you don't feel ready to date, don't press yourself to do it. Don't think in your mind, you know, my biological clock is ticking. Throw that clock out. You know, at this age, I should be with someone. At this age, you know, everyone is looking at me. I should. No, if you're not ready, don't let anybody pressure you. Ooh, excuse me. A little sleepy. But don't let anybody pressure you into being in a relationship. If you don't feel it, enjoy your singleness. Master your singleness, okay? You'll know when you're ready to date. You'll know when you're ready to try. You probably won't trust right away, but that's good, but you have more information now. TMG said, the hardest part of being without the narc is filling the voids because there was a routine, the presence, and the craziness. That's right. Some people are addicted to the craziness. Some people are addicted to the narc. Well, most of you guys were addicted to the narc, but you're accustomed to this craziness. So when you have peace and quiet, sometimes peace can be painful. To come into a peaceful and quiet is almost like I've done something wrong. Something is not right. You know, you can cause your own drama. Miss Lucretia, I keep hearing about the hoovering technique. He discarded me for another woman with his meth issues. I was afraid, always eggshells, always lying, made me believe it was my fault. It was absolutely not your fault. That has nothing to do with you. That was his addiction and his issues. That had nothing to do with you, Lucretia. That was them. TMG said, the further you get from it, you'll realize you were living in Crazy Town, a part of a circus. Yup. Lucretia, what do I do if he comes back? Only you can let him back. Don't you let him come back. You stay no contact. Don't talk to him. The hoovering is to see whether there's still an open door, but I want you to be prepared that if you let him back, he has less respect for you, and he's going to abuse you even the more. And it's going to be worse this time around because you let him do it. You trained him that it's okay to abuse me. So now you stay no contact. Don't let him back. Don't say anything to him. As hard as it get, do it. Miss Jeanette said, you look very pretty. Love your hair. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hi, Into His Chambers. Mary Chick said, Nariana, I just hate him. That's pretty normal when you've been really hurt and you're going through this grief and loss process. You go through an array of emotions. You go through a lot of emotions, anger, hatred. I love you. I hate you. Right now, you're feeling a lot of hatred, but eventually, as you go through the process, you're going to say one of the things that one of the ladies said on here is that, but I love him so much, but I know not to go back. You're going to go through a rave of emotion. This is very normal in a number one, in the discard, and number two, in your grief and loss process. You're going to go through all those emotions, feel those emotions, process through these emotions, but get a counselor, okay? Freedom said, X knew my fears of heights, but would drive close to the edge of the road on bridges and mountains. I hated going anywhere with him. He made fun of all the things I was uncomfortable with. He tried gaslighting. Remember, Freedom, did you see the video that I did on psychological torment and the tools in a narcissist toolbox? That's exactly what they do. They take your fears and then they use that to torment you. So your narc did exactly what I was talking about in that last video. Valerie said, do you believe in trance induction through music, sex, repetition, behavior? Oh yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Yeah, think about it. How does hypnosis work? And yeah, different types of music can cause you to go. That's what some of the tormenting techniques. I just didn't, say everything, but a lot of that, some of that music will induce a trance, depending on the type of music that it is. Mary Chick, and I hope he doesn't abuse his child. You know what? If they're vicious, some of them will abuse their children. That's the sad part. Especially if they're the low to mid-grade narcissists, they'll abuse their children as well. TMG said, Lucretia, if you take them back, it will be worse. Listen, Lucretia, don't go back. Miss Nariana said, Lucretia, there's always a risk of Hoover, but you get to manage the risk once you've left. You've got power. Got the power back. TMG, yes, the voids is constant chaos, no peace, trying to exercise, lots of videos, it helps. You know what? Something that you just said, Miss Nariana, Miss Lucretia, they're always going to try to hoover you. And if they can't personally hoover you, sometimes they'll hoover you by proxy through other people. They'll look on other people's Facebook pages. They'll make secret accounts to look and see what you're doing. A lot of times they're checking to see whether you're falling apart, because there's no possible way that you cannot be with them and not fall apart. They want to see how bad you are disintegrating. To see you do well, or to see you grow, to see you smile and laugh for the first time, to see you healing, that's a narc injury to them, because there's no possible way that you can do, remember, they're very self-centered, they're everything is about them, and there's no possible way that you can ever survive without them. And so to see you surviving without them, it bothers them a lot. And so sometimes they will hoover because they just want to torment you some more. Not just to get with you, but to torment you some more. Now, if you were a good supply and the other supply is not working, they'll hoover you to try to get back in there. But eventually they're going to discard you again. But you're training them. So you're showing them what you will allow them to do. Now, Rihanna said, you get to own your power now. It's scary. The first day I walked away, I went inside and threw up. Wow. But it was easy to do the next time. It's terrifying to know you have control over you if you got me. Yeah, if you get me. Yeah. Wow. That's how strong it was. Mary Chick said, when will someone bash him? See, you're too focused on trying to get back at him. Nariana, okay, I know, I hate him too. Well, you talk to her, Miss Nariana. Miss Lucretia said, the guilt is overwhelming. Yes, it was your fault I did the drugs. I feel bad every day. It was your fault I slept with her. She comforted me because you didn't come around enough. Okay. Oh, that's gaslighting. Now, Miss Lucretia, you don't believe that, do you? Because he was just gaslighting you. I see that, and they want to make sure you're isolated so you don't run into people like us on here to tell you different, to tell you that that's nonsense, because they know it's nonsense. They know the stuff that they say is crazy stuff, and people that just, you know, people that will call them out are people that they're not comfortable with, people that they can't control, or people that are not bothered by them, or not people that they want you around either, because 9 times out of 10, those type of people will tell you the truth. None of that was your fault. That was all. He was projecting on you. He was gaslighting you. And eventually you begin to think to yourself, okay, how could I have made it better? Maybe some of this was my fault. None of that was your fault. Freedom said, me, by moving things I was looking for and would pretend to find it and tell me it was right here when I looked. While moving out, I found photos of my family he knew I was looking for. He hid them. And wow. See? That's that gaslighting. They'll move stuff around and then make you feel like you're crazy and then put it back. And then look at you like, you know what? Something is wrong with your memory. You might need to get that checked. They'll try to make you feel like something is wrong with you. TMG said, in the words of Tupac regarding karma, and I never get to lay back because I always got too worried about the payback. Some buck that I roughed up way back. Yeah? Well, he telling you. You can't do, you guys listen, you can't keep doing what you're doing. Not you, but the narcissist. You think the narcissist is going to get away with what they're doing? Imagine this. You may not have been a person that wanted to hurt that individual. You may have been a person that came to your senses and realized I need to get out this relationship before I do something to harm this individual. But what if the next person is not mentally strong like you? And what if that person actually murders the abuser? You know, you don't know how bad the next person is going to be abused and whether they can mentally take it or not. You may have been the person that kept them alive, but the next person they go through may not be able to go through that type of psychological trauma. And guess what? What if that individual kills them? Because there are some women out there, you know, there's a lot of carnage, and not everybody has forgotten. There are some people like yourself that never get on YouTube or never educate themselves about what they're going through. And so some of these people are revengeful and will hunt the narcissist down. So don't for 1 minute think that they're living scot-free. They're living paranoid, always assuming that someone might get back at them. You can't live dirty and think that you're gonna have a clean life. You live dirty and do dirty, but think you're gonna have a clean life. You guys have the capacity and the ability to change and heal. They don't. They're always going to be a narcissist, and it's always going to be miserable. They're always going to need fuel. They're always going to be on a hunt. They're constantly scavenging. They're constantly hunting. They're constantly looking. Yet you can be with someone and you can be content when you find the right person. You can heal from this tragedy, this trauma that you guys been through. You have the capacity to love someone. You prove that when you love the narcissist. Even though the narcissist may not have loved you back, you prove that you have the capacity to love and you have the capacity to heal. They'll never have what you have. They'll never be able to do what you do. And that is to forgive, to love, to move on. This is just very hard for most of you guys because this is very different. This is a different type of abuse. And it's very, it hits your soul, almost your bones. You know, a lot of you are having health issues related to this type of abuse. Ms. Lucretia Nariana, you're right about owning your power. With all these chaos, we feel what peace is again, but the fear of them coming back. You're right. You're right. Like I said, he lives next door, yeah, but the fear you give, the more power he has. Don't let him take any more power. Yeah, listen, fear has energy to it. And I want you to think about, because even your fear is providing fuel for them. Your anger is providing fuel for them. Everything, people have frequency. You operate, there's frequency. When people come into my office, I can usually tell whether they're really, really sad, because it's almost like a frequency they give off. You can almost feel the depression. It's almost like a feeling. I'm a happy-go-lucky person, so when I laugh and joke all the time. If you sad, I'm gonna make you laugh. If I can't make you laugh, then I know you probably need medication. That's the type of therapist I am. So I normally can feel the client out, okay, let me talk to the client, let's see, and I usually try to gauge them by joking with them a little bit, just to see whether or not, I can make them laugh. If I really cannot make them laugh or smile, then I know that I probably have a pretty serious case that I probably have to recommend medication. But you can feel somebody's energy. You can feel when someone is angry or enraged. Think about when you're with a narcissist, you can feel that energy of rage. You can feel that energy and depression. You can feel the depression. When someone is really, really sad, it's almost like they gloomy and they make everybody else sad around them. Someone is really, really anxious and paranoid, and you're like, calm down. Oh my gosh, calm down. You're making me paranoid. What are you looking for? What are you looking at? So look at all that energy. And so just like Miss Nariani said, you and that fear of them, when they come around, they can sense that fear. They've studied you. It's almost like telekinesis. That's just how my mentor explained it. It's like telekinesis. It's like they can tap into that energy of yours. They've been around you long enough. They studied you in detail enough. They can sense you. They can feel when you've pulled away. They can feel when they need to love bomb you to pull you back in. They can feel when they're getting ready. You might be about to discard them. They can feel that. They can feel your fear. Yeah, I got you scared now. They talk, and watch your reaction and see what you feel. It's a frequency. It's an energy that they emit. And so just like the energy you're emitting, and they can sense that, even that fear, you have to get into counseling. You have to get good coaches, good counselors to help you process through this type of trauma, to help you you have to pull those emotions down. You can't let them see those emotions. And the term that I was trying to use, I think I may have misused. I said stonewall, but I meant gray rock. You have to gray rock. You can't let them see your emotions. Gray rock. Get those emotions under control if they come around, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the trigger. They're looking for, where's the response? I'm looking for a response. Okay, let's look here. Well, you guys are just having a good old conversation. Let's see. Let me roll up. Knowing that I have peace now, it's an anticlimax after years of living in fight or flight. Some days it's weird flatness, but I'm trying to use to sit and look within to get comfy with me. Find some hobbies. Find something you enjoy doing one time. Do you like scrapbooking? Do you like DIY? Doing yourself projects in your home and building stuff. What is it you like to do? Pinterest. I love Pinterest. Go on Pinterest and do stuff on Pinterest. Lucretia said, excuse me, they always have the nasty smirk, but look so happy with the new supply on social media. The smirk is for you. It makes you think there's something wrong with you. It's hard not to look at those pictures. Yeah, the smirk is I got over on you, because they know you're looking. And Miss Lati said it gets better with time. Mary said he replaced me for a lower end of the scale. What has she got? No degree, no money, bigger girl, no, not even pretty. Yep, but you know what? The reason why he went down is to show you that it doesn't matter what you look like. To a narcissist, it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be as pretty as you want to be. And I think me and my mentor had this discussion, and a narcissist could care less what you look like. It's what you can supply them. You can have one eye and a tooth in the middle of your nose, as long as you are supplying them. Now, it doesn't hurt to look good, but even when they discard you, sometimes they go lower just to show you, just to attack your self-esteem. You thought you were all that, but I got her, and you're looking like, what in the world does this mud duck have to offer? It's because of the fact that it attacked your self-esteem. So he did what he was trying to do. So let's see. Block, block, block. Yep. He told me he wanted this other woman and to move on literally while we were still together. A month later, after not hearing from him, he called me and asked me to prescribe him medication. Wow. Miss Lucretia, are you a nurse? Are you a nurse or a doctor? Freedom said, yes, Dr. Bryant. Listen to your videos on psychological abuse, brought back many memories and confirmed why I'm so grateful I am not with this crazy person. Yes. Glad. His 52-year-old, he has had 4 wives and all the girlfriends in between. So far, he has gotten away with it. Mary, you still focused on the wrong thing. You still focused on trying to get them back. Lucretia, for a dental abscess, acted like nothing happened, didn't say thank you. Was that hoovering? Absolutely. Yep. Of course he was hoovering. He's trying to see whether you'll still do, and you still will. You have to go no contact. Don't do any favors for him. Don't talk to him. Nothing. He's still hoovering. He still knows the door is open. How can we heal? First of all, like I said before, you got to go find you a good counselor that understands domestic violence and understands narcissist abuse. Because what you're going through, you're probably going through post-traumatic stress. So the first thing you got to do is get you some good counseling. If you need medications, and I'm not suggesting that all of you need medication, but if that's something that's suggested, maybe use that in the time of your healing. Go through your grief and loss process. Go find something to do. Go find something to occupy your time. What are some of the things that you did? You had a life before you met the narcissist. So now you have to find some. What was it the things that you used to enjoy? What was it that you were trying to do while you were with the narcissist that maybe they self-sabotage? Find something to do to occupy your time and to occupy your mind. All those empty spaces that were left when that person left, or when you discarded them, find something to place in there. Not a person, not another habit, because you were addicted to this person, but find something to do and to go to the gym, go work out, go lose weight. Do something with your time. Go find something to do. SH, this is the first time joining the live chat. No contact was best thing for me. Don't worry about revenge. Protect yourself and heal and live your best life. Well, hey there, SH. How are you doing? And thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. I know we've been here for a minute too, so I'm going to slowly start scaling down you guys, okay? So you guys can get ready for tomorrow. Miss Nancy said, yep, Mary, same here. I was also discarded for recycled supply, who was a downgrade. Large, unattractive gal. She tried to steal them from right under my nose too. She was love bombed big time. Nancy, nobody can steal something from you don't have. He was never yours, and he's community property. So everybody, that's community property. He was never yours. You can't steal something that belongs to you. So when they really belong to you, they're not going to go anywhere. So don't worry about that. He was never yours, and he's definitely not hers. Jeanette, trust me, they gaslight and he'll out you. Mine said every other woman was better than me. Then the women that would come to me that he was dating said that he said I was better than them. Let me tell you guys something about a narcissist too. When it comes to the new supply, they leave you and then smear your name to the new supply because they need the supply to be on their team, need to be their flying monkey. So they'll go and they'll smear your name to the new supply. They'll make you look like you this horrible individual that hurt them, and they're always the victim, always the victim. So they're gonna smear your name. But check this out. This is the crazy thing about a narcissist. While they're smearing your name, they also, remember, they're still devaluing the new, they are devaluing the new source of supply. And what they will do is they'll make you look like a superstar to them. Even though they may talk bad about you and all these horrible things, they'll do little things to make, they try to triangulate. So they'll do little things to try to make the new supply come after you or you come after them. But they'll always put you in a position to the new source of supply to make the new source of supply compete against someone they don't know. The new source of supply may have never met you, never heard from you, doesn't know anything. Only thing this new source of supply knows is everything that the narcissist told them. And ooh, let me put the glasses back on. I can see better. Okay, let me put these back on. I can see better with them on. But the new source supply knows nothing about you. The best bet is to stay no contact. Don't react. Not respond, don't react. Anytime they do something, don't react. But what happens is that they work so hard at trying to get you back, they make you look like a hero, a superstar to the new supply. And what ends up happening is the new supply starts creating this image of what you are, and they create a superstar in their head. So they have idolized you, and you're this other person, this strange, unknown, hidden Bigfoot somewhere, this infamous, but they've created this image in their head. Well, really, you don't have to say anything. Don't say anything, because if you say something, you'll get angry. But I'm telling you, they have probably already made you look like a superstar to the new narcissist because they want you two to fight over them. That provides them with fuel. And if you don't play into it, you're not providing them with fuel. But the new supply is wondering, who are you? What do you like? What do you sound like? You know, what was it about you that they love so much? Why were they with you for so long? And so they're already creating imagery in their head, but the narcissist will use that because that is a weakness for them now. But he'll use that, or she'll use that to antagonize them. They're constantly thinking about you. I'm telling you, the new supply is thinking about you. Okay, let's see. Ooh, let me see. There's a lot of comments. Let's see. Fear, anger, anxiety is gained through healthy outlets like exercise, new or old hobby. You will heal in time. Thank you, Miss Lucretia. That is true. Miss Jeanette said, always get away from them before they do a grand finale. There you go. That is when you make sure they leave you at the worst point of your life, like right after my mother's funeral. Yeah, they'll make sure they find your most vulnerable time to make sure they inflict the utmost injury. Mr. Naylor said, I race my bike and car on the weekend. It keeps me busy and I don't think about it. Only when I get mad at myself for putting up with the abuse. I'm so happy for my family and these support groups on YouTube. That's good, Mr. Naylor. You keep doing it. You're a nurse practitioner? Oh, Miss Lucretia. Hey, who was it? Someone on here asked a question about, now, are you a nurse practitioner that also prescribes psychotropic medications? Because someone asked a question on here in reference to titrating off of benzodiazepines. She's having some withdrawal symptoms and some side effects. And I did the best I could to explain from my standpoint as a mental health professional that had worked with a psychiatrist. But whoever that was that I was talking to in reference to the benzodiazepine, Miss Lucretia is a nurse practitioner. She's a nurse practitioner, so please ask her a question. Ask her a question in reference to those medication. She can give you a better answer because she works with meds. Miss Jane said, I got so much pleasure in selling his junk that was left in my eBay store. Go, girl, get some money. Jeanette said, they told me not to take it personal. They're crazy. That's a personal attack. That's a painful personal attack. Miss Lucretia said, Mary and Nancy. Oh, okay. Yes, no contact is best revenge. Yep. Miss Nariana said, I'm a writer, writing my second book. Go ahead, focusing on all the love I have in my life, on work, home. Okay, wait a minute. Miss Nariana, hold on, let me get a pen. Tell me what your book's name is, so I can support you. Miss Nariana, give me your book, so I can support you. Miss Lucretia, I'm with you. The new supply, older than him, no place to go, bad financial situation, drug addict, lost her children, but she could give him all her time. I'm chopped liver. Of course you're chopped liver. Now, I hope you don't believe that. Well, that lets you know that you know, he'll go to worse, or either that, it was a discard where he couldn't find a supply fast enough, so he just took what was available to him. And then, of course, he's going to try to make you feel like that she's the queen. Ms. Nancy, Community Property. That's the title of one of his favorite songs by Steel Panther. It has crude lyrics. I think he was trying to give me hints in that song. He probably recognized himself. You look good in your glasses, girl. Oh, thank you. I can see. Shy Tiara. Hi, what if we attended the same church? His family too. Well, first of all, hello, welcome to the page. Okay, let's see. Close to mom and sister, but they don't know of the abuse. Do I go to my church leaders and seek help? I'm so afraid he stopped going to church. Okay, is the family church leaders? If the family are church leaders, you know, are the families part of the church leadership? And if not, do you trust your leadership? You know, me and my ex-narc attended the same church, but my leadership is my leadership. Ex-narc is gone. I trust my leadership. That's my mentor. So if you feel comfortable like that, if you have established a rapport or a good relationship with your leadership, whether the pastor or the first lady, and you've established a good rapport, you know, try and see, you know, feel it out and see. If you've established a rapport, you'll know. I was comfortable. I knew. There was no question in my mind. So, you know, that's something that you have to feel out, you know, whether the church leadership is unbiased. Nancy, I agree. Freedom look. Oh, thank you. Nariana said, but thank you both to you and to this wonderful community. It helps me so much to know I'm not alone and not crazy. Sending you guys so much love and gratitude. That's what I'm talking about. Love and happiness, new supply, thinking about you. This is so true because I was the new supply at one time and I always thought about the old supply because of the stories he would tell to make me jealous when it was convenient. See, told you. Nantawo. Bonjour. See, I remembered. Got no contact, but my friend kept telling me what is happening with him and the new supply. This has triggered me several times. I have expressed to my friend that I don't want to know, but she won't. Where you at? She won't. Okay. She won't stop, huh? Maybe you need to go no contact with your friend, because it seems like she now has become, unwittingly, has become a flying monkey by proxy. So you may need to tell that individual. Let's see, Lucretia Nariana, you're a writer. That's amazing. Much love and support to you. What is your book? Would love to read. No, his family is not of the leadership. Okay. So then Miss Shy Tierra, then if you're comfortable with your leadership within your church, you know, I don't know how long you've been there, whether you have built a good rapport, a trustworthy rapport with your leadership in the church, if they have counselors, or if you can counsel with the pastor and or the first lady, you know, and you sit down and talk to them, you'd be surprised. Now, I don't know the leadership. I'm not familiar with the leadership, but you'll be surprised at how supportive a lot of church leadership will be, even if the family is in the church. You know, try it and see. You know, put your feelers out there. And if you're comfortable with your leadership, then, you know, you go in and let them know that you're afraid. You know, tell them your feelings up front, you know. Nariana, oh, it's not titled or published as yet, you guys. It will be out this year internationally, and I'm on submission deadline, but you guys will be the first to know dates and title. Yes, please. You let us know when you publish, and hopefully you guys are with me. I want to make sure that everybody that is on this YouTube channel, if you guys publish books, you know, if you guys do works like that, let us know. I want us to make sure that we support each other, okay? So you guys, if you guys are writing books, have written books, let us know, because I want to make sure we invest in you and support you and love on you, to let you know that we believe you, we support you, and we're going to get your information out because you've been through it, you're talking about it, and we're going to support you. I'm in there, so hopefully you guys are with me. We're going to make sure we support you, Nariani, and let us know when the book comes out. Any of you other guys on here, females, males, you know, I say guys, so pardon me, kind of country, but all of yous that are on here, you know, if any of you guys are publishers or have published any books, please let me know, you know, so we can invest in you and make sure that we support you, okay? Lucretia said, love and happiness, that is so true. He makes sure that to make you think about all old supplies, even if he talks badly about them. Yeah. Ms. Robbie said, yep, if they don't find new supply, they will come back hoovering to try and see if you will take them back. Exactly. Absolutely. Keep us posted, Nariana. That's what Ms. Nancy said. How long do their relationships usually last? I have no idea. Ms. Robbie, stay no contact. Stay no contact. It gets better with time. You're worth it. There you go, Ms. Robbie. That's what I'm talking about. See, you guys have a very supportive community here. You got people on here that are very supportive. There are people on here that have been through it. You know, listen to each other. Listen to each other. Everybody has their own unique stories. Ms. Shai said his family has been there for about 10 years. I've only been there for about 2. I've been given hints about it, but unsure. So just go approach the leadership and ask if you can see if they have a schedule, you know, a person that schedules for them, administration. Talk to them and see if you can make an appointment to talk to the leadership, you know, whoever you want to talk to, and just sit down and talk to them. Don't give hints. Just be straightforward, you know, and then you'll know where you stand, you know. And if the leadership is non-supportive of you, there could be a possibility that they may be entangled with the family. You know, they're more supportive of the family. But the only way that you'll know is by trying and, you know, and just being honest about what happened, and then watch and see what happens. You know, if that's not a good place and it becomes toxic or unhealthy, then it might be time for you to move. And I don't mean move out of your house. I mean, you know, move and go to another ministry. You know, if they become toxic or abusive to you and they're not supportive, then you think about that, okay? Thanks, Nancy. Okay. Yes, we will support. There you go. Ms. Robbie says she'll support you too, Ms. Nariani. Okay, thank you. You're welcome, Nariani. Awesome. I'm working on mine too. I've been mostly editing other authors' books. Ms. Nancy, you make sure on here, make sure you let them know who you are, because we may have other people that need help. Oh, as a matter of fact, Ms. Nancy, send me an email. Send me an email, okay? We might have some work for you to do, if you don't mind. Send me an email, Miss Nancy, Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant, at outlook.com. Send me an email because I might have some work for you. Miss Nantahoko. Okay, let me try this again. Miss Nantawo. I feel like cutting her off, but my kids are so close to her family, and I fear we will be isolated completely. Cutting who off? Who do you want to cut off? The narc? Okay, so, well, I don't have a book to write down. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, this is amazing, Nancy. When is yours out? Keep me posted, too. An editor, freelance, or a publishing house? See, Miss Nancy, you getting some, oh, yeah, Miss Nancy, and please let me know when you put your book out, too. Let me know so that we can support you as well. But you guys, those of you, great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Nancy. That's good, Nariana. You're supposed to feel special when you come on. You're supposed to feel validated and valued. You know, freelance editor. Okay. Hey, so those of you that are on this YouTube channel, know my friend keeps telling me about my ex-narc, Nantawo, you may have to go no contact with her. And the reason why I say that is because how can you heal if a person keeps bringing up your pain? They keep making the pain worse. That's not a friend. You know, that's not a friend. Friends don't do that to friends. You know, if you tell her to stop, she should respect you and stop. And she won't stop, you know, so that's for your healing. Miss Nancy, for those of you that are on YouTube, those of you that are writing books, that may be looking for editors or publishers, Miss Nancy, who is on here, her name is Miss Nancy Letitia Marin. Miss Nancy Letitia Marin. She is a line editor, copy editor, and proofreader. So if you guys are writing books, Miss Nancy, how can they get in contact with you? Girl, I'm going to get you some work. I'm going to get you some work on here. So those of you that are thinking about writing and editing and all that good stuff, you guys get in contact with Miss Nancy. Miss Nancy, not to give out your personal information. I want you to be safe. But what professional information can you give out to them so they can get in contact with you if they are interested in paying for services, guys? This is not free. Paying for services with Miss Nancy if you're going to write a book. Writing a book costs money, you guys, okay? It costs money. Okay, let's see. Awful experience with going to friends at church. Ex had already smear campaigned me, so they were accusing me of things. He used family and friends as flying monkeys. Awful. Yeah, that's their MO. That's what they do. Let's see. Line editor, copy editor, and proofreader. You guys got something of value on here, you guys. So if you guys want to write books, make sure, Ms. Nancy, if you can give them some professional contact information, not personal information, because I still want you to be safe. But, you know, for those that may be interested in paying for your services, you know, let us know how to get in contact with you. Let them know how to get in contact with you, okay? Love and Happiness said, went to have breakfast one day, and he was eyeing the waitress so hard, who looked like a tomboyish. It's like my confidence bothers him, so he does anything to get up under my skin. That was on purpose. It's very calculated. Everything they do, they're very calculated. Miss Shai said, I'm I'm a weekend from discard. That became heartbreak. Okay. That became about because I got informed about this abuse by Googling emotional and verbal abuse. I've been praying and fasting. I'll never be the same. But you're going to come out stronger. And then you're praying and fasting on top of that. Michelle, you're going to come out much stronger. This is going to be a learning experience for you. The people that are on here, most of these people have been through what you've been through. But you're going to make it. It's just the very beginning. But you're going to make it through. Watch. You're going to make it through. And you're going to come out more. You're going to come out wiser. You're going to come out more cognizant, meaning you're going to become more aware. And you're going to come out stronger. And somebody's going to need to hear your story because you may be able to inform them to keep them from getting into a situation. Everybody doesn't have to get into a situation to talk about it. But Michelle, you're going to be okay. You watch. You're going to be all right. At least you made the decision to leave. That was the best decision and the most wisest decision you could have made. Because had you stayed longer, you have no idea what this man could have done. Love and Happiness said, I said nothing about it, kept smiling because I have made the mistake before and calling him out on his mess, and it gets me nowhere. Only gives him pleasure. Throw the wild narc out. Throw the wild narc away. Yeah. My website, okay, for those of you that are interested in, like, if you're writing a book and you need someone to edit, line edit, copyright, her website is thelanguageagent.com. Let me write that down, thelanguageagent.com. And you can contact her, and her email is thelanguageagent.com. Okay, hold on, let me write it down. thelanguageagent.com. And that's Miss Nancy Marin. I probably mispronounced it. I apologize. So those of you that are looking for an editor, a line editor, copyright. Okay, hold on. Let me go back and look what you said. Editor, copy editor, and proofreader. Line editor. So those of you that write book know that when a publishing company, like say you're doing self-publishing, and like a publishing company looks at it, they'll, you pay them a certain fee to do your publishing and everything, but then what happens is it goes to an editor, and the editor has to do line editing because, sometimes we write the way that we talk, and they want us to sound professional. And so what they do is you can hire your own line editor or copy editor and proofreader, and they will make suggestions. Or Miss Nancy, do you actually do the correction yourself? Like if someone submitted their manuscript and they needed the editing, do you look at it and then you provide them with pricing, and then you do the editing yourself? I'm thinking of putting out a short stories of what has happened to me. It's hard putting everything in order, so I'm thinking of writing stories, our experiences that come to mind. I support all of you. Freedom, do understand this too. When writing, one of the things that Miss Nancy said in another video, when you're writing a book about your experience, you have to remember this, but you got to get legal. That the publishing companies normally will tell you what you have to do. You either got to have to change your name and give yourself like a another name so no one knows that it's you talking about your story, especially if you're using real people, or you have to change the names, you have to change the locations so they cannot identify the person that you're talking about. A narcissist is very cruel, and they can be very vindictive. And if you write a book and you put the information in there where people can point out that that is that person, you can identify that that is that individual, they can sue you. So just be prepared, because most publishing companies will tell you that, and they'll tell you what to do. You may have to go with a writer's name and then change the way that the story sounds. You can tell the story. You can tell your story, is just how you tell the story, okay? Writing a journal has been usually helpful to me. Freedom is a great release. Yeah, those of you that have been through this kind of stuff, if you journal your experience and look down at it, be prepared. You're going to go through a lot of emotional stuff. You may get a counselor. I'm telling you, you have to get a counselor, because when you start writing, you're looking at your own story. Thank you so much for your videos. Oh, you're so welcome, Miss Shai. I appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Bank, how are you? I've noticed as I write down my experiences is a form of healing. That's one of the things that I usually recommend, and most counselors will recommend in counseling, is to journal. When you journal, you're telling your story, you're talking about how you feel, and you don't have to share it with anybody. It's your book and you. Ms. Robbie said, this is so great. Just looking back at all of the time that was wasted, but finally becoming free is so worth getting your life back, learning how to live again. And I am so proud of you. You know, and that's for all of you guys. Proud of you of your accomplishment. You may not think it's a big accomplishment, but it's a very big accomplishment. And Miss Freedom said, yes, Naravani, is Narayani. I used to journal all the time until I found out X was reading some of them. Yep, they're dirty like that. And then they'll come and talk to you, and then you're wondering, how do you know this information? But they're reading your journals. If you're writing books, you're on Facebook. If you're writing books and you're on Facebook, I can invite you to a group for content creators, bloggers, and authors run by NY, a self-publishing marketing coach. It's an awesome group. Yeah, put the Facebook page up so we have it. You can get supportive reviews and beta readers in that group as long as you reciprocate. Okay, cool. One of the hardest things is message gone. Yeah, put the Facebook page on there, Miss Nancy. See, you guys never know in your support circle. You never know who's on here and who can help you guys. You know, this is stuff that we have to get out. We have to get this information out. So you never know. She said, yeah, Miss Robbie, yes, I'm still struggling as well, but peace. Oh, the peace. I forgot what it felt like. I'm so glad you are free, Robbie. Time will heal. Yes, Lord. So you guys never know who's on here listening. And when I say that, that's narcissists and helpers. So you guys just be careful with the information you put and be careful who you connect with. Remember, I tell you guys, be safe. Be safe on Facebook. Be safe on YouTube, because everybody's not a survivor. Some people are actually narcissists, and you have no idea. Sometimes you're not watching, so you don't know. A lot of times I try to get to it before you guys see it and delete it off of the comments. But it's going to come a time where I'm not going to be able to catch it. I'm not going to be able to catch it because there might be too many people on here. I try to keep up and make sure you guys are safe, and some of the comments that are put on there, I try to delete it before you guys get it. And I don't mean on live. I'm talking about like on some of the comments you guys make. So be careful with the information that you guys put out there, because there are people that are actually watching and reading what you're writing without commenting. And then there are some people that are listening and reading because they don't want to be, you know, they don't want anybody to know that they're there, and we want to respect that, because not everybody is ready to share that they're on here or who they are that is on here, and I respect that, and you know, hopefully you guys respect that as well. And yes, authors submit their manuscripts to me in Microsoft Word document format. I personally edit the manuscripts. You the bomb.com, Ms. Nancy. Ms. Robbie said one of the hardest things is talking to your kids and explaining to them how and why it took you so long to become and get free. You know, that is one of the major stories that you hear from you know, abuse survivors in general, that, you know, it took them a long time to leave, and now their kids don't understand why. You know, a lot of times the kids are angry, the kids are hurt, they want you to leave, and children don't understand. They don't understand adults, and they don't understand this. They're kids. And so, you know, it's not easy to explain, you know, why mommy couldn't leave or daddy couldn't leave. You know, financially I couldn't support myself, or, you know, I didn't have a way, I didn't have a skill, I didn't have a trade, I didn't have a bank account, I had nowhere to go, I was homeless, you know. So kids don't understand that. And so for many women, they live in shame at, you know, having been exposed or having been in that, and the kids witness that. You know, it's horrible that the kids have to witness their family, you know, fathers or mothers go through this. This Freedom said, you were right, Dr. Bryant. I don't want to use real names or location. Once I left the narc, I did write out so much of what I was going through. I think I would have gone insane if I didn't write it down. See, that's good. Journaling is really good. It gets your emotions off your chest, you know, and sometimes you can't find the right therapist at the time, but you're writing it down. You're looking at what you're writing. Ms. Nancy said, I'm looking up the exact link to the Facebook group. You can also search Sassy Zen Girl networking group on Facebook. So it's Sassy Zen Girl. Okay, got it. Ms. Shai said, what is the first step to healing? Is it to just get active and moving? I guess I have to endure this process. I don't sleep well at night, haven't in a long time. Well, first thing you might want to do, Ms. Shai, find a counselor. I say it all the time. Now, I advocate for my counselors because that's what we're here for. You know, get you a counselor and find. Most counselors understand grief and loss process. You know, you're going through a grief and loss process. Understand, write down how you feel. Write down you know, some of the things that I have people write down and I would read is, you know, I feel stupid. You know, how did I get into this? They ask a lot of questions, you know, how did I get into this? You know, what were the red flags? You know, when you start writing questions to yourself, what are the red flags? How did I get into this? What was I feeling at the time? Did I feel in love? What kind of family did I come from? You know, how did this happen? What did my family look like? What kind of relationship example did I have with my family? You know, what did I see in, you know, when it came to families and relationships? You know, talk to yourself, you know, and then write down, you know, write it down. Believe you me, when you start writing questions to yourself, you'll begin to understand. And watch these videos. Miss Shy, I'm not the only one that makes videos. You have other people like one of my favorite ones is like Quinn Holiday from Associate Direct. You have Angie Atkinson. You have Sarah Speaks. You have Melanie Tonya Evans. You have Little Shaman. You have there's some more people, but go look, you know, start from my video, start from the bottom and work yourself up from the oldest to the newest, or just look on my YouTube channel and see which one is of interest to you. But get these videos, it's like medication. Get these videos in your system to break up your dysfunctional thoughts. When you start breaking up your dysfunctional thoughts, it's almost like a cloud lifts off your mind. You're like, oh my gosh, I get it now. Just watch the videos. And some people actually binge watch. You know, Mr. Banks says, Dr. Brian, your insight and knowledge has helped me get closure. I am so thankful. For us survivors, thank you for your service to humanity. Thank you so much for your support, sir. I am very honored and I'm very thankful. You know, as I always say, you know, as a survivor myself, you know, I didn't have this kind of support. I didn't have this kind of support. My support came from my mentor. I didn't have like online support. That's not what we had. And my support came from my mentor. And had I not had a strong mentor, I don't know where I would have been. So I love my mentor. I honor her because had it not been for her, I don't know. So it's good to get a good mentor. It's good to get a good counselor, a good coach, and watch these videos. You know, you have to have some type of support. This is not something that you can really go through by yourself. You really cannot go through this by yourself. And I did not go through it by myself. I had an excellent support group. I had an awesome mentor, and I had a tribe of women that was there with me. Some of them did not know that's what I was going through, but I had an awesome support group. You find a good support group, you find a good tribe of women. I like to laugh, they like to laugh. And so we had a lot in common. You know, we joked and laughed, and a lot of times they did not know I was going through what I was going through, but it was an awesome support group. There were some awesome, these are some women that I will honor them for the rest of my life. Those are my sisters, and I love my mentor. And that was, you know, you create a whole different bond. And I learned good relationships. I learned healthy relationships. I learned what family was really like. Family is not perfect. So in your tribe or your group or your support group or your tribe of women or your tribe of men or, you know, whoever that group is, do understand when you come out of this, now you're expecting people to be perfect. So you don't realize that people are still imperfect. And one thing that is beautiful is that the group of support that I have, we're imperfect people that make mistakes, but we're perfect for each other. And we're family, we're sisters, and we're brothers. You know, I have brothers that are with us, and we're sisters and brothers. We're a part of the same family, and that's what you guys have to look for. And I have peace with that, and that's how I started healing. And what was healing for me is when I began to teach other people about narcissist abuse, and I realized, just like you guys are realizing, is that your pain, you can use the pain to be bitter and sit around on that pain, or you can use your pain to help other people. And the pain that I endured was the pain that helped you guys. And the pain that you are enduring is going to help somebody else. We pass it on, pass it on, pass it on. Because think about it, who can talk about this type of abuse but a person that's been through this type of abuse? Nobody understands us except people that have been through this type of abuse. Remember that, okay? Let's see here. And thank you so much, Mr. Banks. I appreciate those kind words of encouragement. I really appreciate that. Life after great narcissist divorce. Sleeping is hard for me too. See, that's why you guys have to find things to relax you. You know, chamomile tea. You know, if you're into natural things, chamomile tea. What else? let's think. Chamomile tea. Let me think. Chamomile tea, lavender, the fragrance lavender. I like fragrances, so you know, fragrances. If you like fragrances, you have to learn how to relax. You know, those of you guys, get to a counselor, find out ways of relaxation techniques. You know, here's my link again. Where's the link again? Mr. Banks, you said HG Tudor. That is a narcissist. And so many of you guys, I've told you guys that if you're listening, he's also, I think he said he's a psychopath or sociopath, one or the other. But HG Tudor, what Mr. Banks is talking about, is a narcissist. So those of you that are still early in the discard, you still having triggers, I'm letting you know now, if you go to his site to listen to him, his voice will trigger you. And so this is not one of those sites that, you know, if you listen to him, you have to take breaks. For those of you that are still triggered, you have to take breaks. He's very on point. He's telling it like it is. He's telling you exactly how they think and exactly what they do and why they do it. So if you want to know, you can go. But I'm telling you, for some of you guys, you will be triggered. His voice is like mesmerizing. It will trigger you. It will, you know, it's going to make you mad, then it'll make you glad. Then you're going to like him, then you're going to hate him. You know, so I'm telling you now, some of you guys have told me he has triggered you, so I'm just letting you know ahead of time, okay? So there's a lot of comments, but I have to get off, you guys. It's getting late. Miss Lucretia said, you are such an amazing help to all of us. Listening to you has made me realize I'm not a total nut job. You're not a nut job. I know you've been through this too. You're an inspiration. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You are not a nut job. So you guys, Miss Nancy has posted her email. Let me write it down. I don't know why I'm writing it down. You're emailing me, so I have it. Yep, you were definitely not crazy, weak, or stupid. Exactly. I was gonna write your email down, but you just say you're gonna email me anyway. That's what people who haven't experienced this type of abuse say. That's right. Didn't know why I can read the chat and the video is just not working. Oh, okay. I don't know. There's been some bad connection tonight. My Facebook just kept shutting off. So once my Facebook shut off, I have to bring everyone over here, and then mine will freeze up from time to time too. So I have no idea. Also recorded some of the conversation X had with me. Just know that I'm not crazy. I'm so glad, because I started to feel like I was losing my mind. And I watch you and others, you mentioned healing. Delete those. That's irrelevant. You know you're not crazy. Hey, Miss Yolanda, how are you? Oh, late. Miss Robbie says, it's an amazing group. I have an awesome tribe. Who is there for me? That's what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, Miss Robbie is one of the tribe members. That's one of my sisters, y'all. Just Queenie, good morning. Just Queenie, you all late. Good dog. You're all late. I'm ready to get off now. Helping those who truly love you can also help us heal. You're right. My elderly sister, who is very wise. Eucalyptus oils. Yeah, that's very strong. Miss Lucretia said, Robbie, yes, I agree. I felt so alone before I found Dr. Bryant's videos. And just listening to you, all that has made me feel a lot stronger. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are very supportive of each other. I'm so glad. Let's see. We're strong. We are strong women. That's right. We took the steps to get out of. That's right. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Nancy, I'm late. Yeah, you late. Yes, I am. Whoop, whoop. You know what? Yo, Miss Robbie is one of my tribe members, y'all. So Miss Robbie, Miss Yolanda is one of my tribe members. Miss Yolanda Lowe. We're all tribe members. Those are my sisters right there that I was just talking about, you guys. Those are some of my sisters that are on here supporting me. And these are ladies that are in the tribe that are very supportive as well. You got to find a good support group. And these are some very powerful ladies, powerful business women, powerful. Hey there, Branio. But these are some very, very powerful women. None of the women that I'm around, I'm telling you, I'm a very strong woman myself, and none of the women that I'm around are weak women at all. They're not going to let you run over them. They're not going to let me run over them. If I say something crazy, they're going to correct me. If they say something crazy, I'll correct them. But I'm around some very powerful women, powerful business women, powerful ladies, and very strong men. And so I'm very thankful that I have those type of people around me. And, you know, that lets you know. And these are the type of people that you have to get around. People that are strong, you know, that teach you how to be strong. Strength builds strength. And these are very powerful people. And we all have all of us have the same mentor. So we have a very powerful and strong mentor that has been through things herself, but is very powerful when it comes to encouraging the men and women that she mentors. And so let's look. Branio, you want to ask a question? Go ahead, ask a question. And just to let you guys know, this is going to be the last question I take for this evening, okay? Because we need to get off here. We've been on like 1,000 minutes. And so I know it's late, and I got to eat. So, yeah, I love our mentor too, Miss Robbie. I love my mentor. 117 minutes have passed. I know, right? We've been on here for a minute. And what do I always say when I get on here? Oh, you Pacific time? Where are you at? Where are you at, Miss Nancy? Sending all the hugs and gratitude before I log off, peeps. You humans are fantastic, and you, Dr. Brown, are beyond words. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I always say the same thing when I get on here. I say, I'm not going to be on very long, y'all, okay? I'm not going to stay on very long. And now 117 minutes later, I'm still here. I know, right? I'm not going to be here long. I say it all the time. Time flies when you're having fun. Or as Kermit would say, that's fun when you were having flies. Oh, you're in South Cal? Okay, cool. So we need to come and have a conference in California. California is pretty. We need to have a conference. Go start us a conference, Ms. Nancy. Get us some people down there so we can travel down to California. Branio said, my ex-narc is a woman, but she discarded me for a guy in prison and married him. Why would she do that? Because she was looking for supply. She's looking for supply. People to a narcissist have no value to them. The only value that you have is to be able to supply them with fuel. There's something that you had that she wanted, and that's what and that's why she was with you. She has the narcissists do not have the capacity to bond with people like we bond with people, and they don't have the ability to have compassion and empathy. And usually what happens is they're looking for some source of supply. I don't know how a person coming from prison, and I'm not saying, because there are some people that have been incarcerated and come out and do awesome, do wonderful. I don't know how she connected with a person in prison versus a person that is out, like you, Branio. But whatever it was about that prison inmate, she saw some fuel, she saw some supply. And so somehow or another she connected. And then also when they downgrade like that, a lot of time is to attack your self-esteem. So, the only encouragement that I can get, not the only, but the encouragement that I can give you is she downgraded. She has something good. She went from filet mignon to beanie weenies. Let her go. It's not even worth your time. You're filet mignon and he's beanie weenies. Just let it be. But it does take time. Something like that is a slap in the face, and you're a bigger person than that. And so you can recover from that. Beanie weenies, yep, beanie weenies. You're wheezing. Branyo, it's going to be all right. You just let that go, because if they downgrade like that, then it wasn't even worth your time. Go ahead, Mac. All right, you guys. Well, once again, like I said, I'm getting ready to go. Now we're at 119 minutes. We've been here a long time, but I'm glad you guys hung in there with me, you guys. Thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you guys for all your support. And to all the men, good night too, sir. To all the men that are on here, thank you so much for sharing your stories, and thank you for joining us women, and thank you for telling us your story. Oh, you are so welcome, Mr. Bank. Thank you so much for your support. For catfish, that's a shame. You are so right on. You're so welcome, Freedom. Good night. Have a blessed one. You too, Branio. And come back, okay? Make sure you come back and talk to me when I come next week. You guys, sometimes during the weekday, maybe I can check in with you guys and see where you guys are at. Maybe I can come and check in live and see where you guys are at. Good night too, Miss Yolanda. You are so welcome. Hey, you guys, thank you guys so much. And as I said too, I know there's a lot of women that are on here. Thank you guys so much, my new tribe. And thank you, men, for joining us and explaining your perspective on your experience dealing with narcissistic females. A lot of our experiences are exactly alike. It's just really nice to be able to hear men be honest and actually tell us what it was like to be with a female. We are the females, you know, but not saying that we're the narcs, but we're females. But to hear a man talk about what it was like, most men are not going to talk about being abused by a female. Most men are not going to do that. And so I really commend you, and I honor all you kings that were on here tonight that are willing to share your story, and even to, you know, give us words of encouragement, and for us to, you know, to allow us to give you words of encouragement. You guys are so awesome. You guys are so great. You guys keep me doing what I'm doing, and I love what I do because I love the feedback from you guys letting me know this is helping you. If it wasn't helping you, I would stop making videos altogether, but I'm so thankful that these videos are really helping you. I'm so honored, and thank you guys. And please know I won't be able to get to everybody's emails, and I can't get to everybody's comments anymore because the tribe is growing, and so the emails are growing. And then I remember I still have my own private practice, and I still have a plethora of clients that I have to deal with on a daily basis. And the clients that I have, you know, this is, you know, they're paying for services. And so they're my first priority when it comes to communicating and providing counseling. But stay tuned because my coaching program will be up and running soon. And so I will not be able to provide counseling outside the lines of Washington State because I am licensed in the state of Washington, but I can provide you with coaching. And when I provide you with coaching, I can cross lines, I can cross countries, barriers, and I can get to you and we can talk one-on-one. So it'd be different than being in a group setting where everybody's making comments, you know, paid services for coaching. You get my time one-on-one for an hour, and me and you, or you and I, the proper English, you and I will FaceTime each other just like this, and we can talk one-on-one so I can help you get through your process. When that comes up, I will let you guys know when I'm finished. I'm trying to build my the little package and try to put things in there for you guys so that those of you that are willing to, you know, invest more, you'll have more, and you'll have more time with me as well. But thank you guys so much. There was a last comment here. I'm sorry. You are heaven sent. Oh, thank you, Mr. Bank. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm really honored at that. But thank you guys so much for being so supportive. And like I said, just look out. I'll let you guys know, and I'll make sure that I put it in my YouTube channel so you can see it whenever I open up the site, so that you can look to see what packages I have to offer, you know, what one-on-one coaching I have to offer, what classes, what training, you know, whatever is affordable to you, you'll be able to check, and I will be able to, you know, if you pay for the services, I will be talking to you just like this. Me and you will be looking at each other just like this on the screen. It'll be me and you, or you and I, no one else, and we will have a talk, and we will talk personally about where you want to go and how do you want to heal. And so once again, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys have an awesome week. Stay tuned. I'll be back on Tuesday. Sometimes I post kind of late because my schedule is full, and I'm always on the road. I'm constantly on the road. So I'm constantly coming and going. So I can't record while I'm driving, you know, so I try to do it before I leave out of the office. But thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, just Queenie, tell me how to say good night in Holland. I mean, is it Holland? How in Holland do you say good night? God bless you too, sir. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, you got to tell me how to say good night, Miss Queenie. Tell me how to say good night. And you guys have a wonderful evening. You guys have a wonderful week. You guys go be great. I'm trying to pick up my stuff on the table, so as soon as I turn the camera off, I can leave the table, you guys. I'm cleaning up my stuff as I'm talking. Feel like I just had a session with you guys. Okay, Velterosten. Did I say that right? Okay, Laku Nok in Croatian. Okay, Laku Nok. Hold on, I gotta write that down. Let me write it down. Okay, so Laku Nok. Did I pronounce it right? Laku Nok. Say Laku Nok. So that's good night in Croatian. Okay, so we put Croatian. Okay, Velterosten. Velterosten. Holland. See, you guys, I write this stuff down. Slaap That means sleep good. Slaap means sleep good. Did I get that right, Miss Queenie? Slaap Lekker. Slaap lekker. Did I get that right, Miss Queenie? Is that schlep lekker is sleep good? Haha, I got it. Lakunok is good night. Okay, got it. Lakunok. Okay, lakunok. Got it. And then let's see. And then Nancy, you said got it. And lakunoch, velterosten, schlap lekker. I got it. Haha. See, I got it. Hey, you guys, thank you guys, and thank you for sharing your culture with me. I'm going to make sure I leave it here, so when I come on the next time, you guys give me all the pronunciations, and I will do it again. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here with me. You guys have a wonderful week. You guys enjoy work.